Men are all such nasty schoolboys. What a choice. Soames, the grubby little sneak thief. Or Lovelace, the schoolyard bully.
Anna.
Not forgetting my own brave fellow. Just look at him. Kicked and punched by all the rest. And running home to Mother with his fingers in his eyes.
Now, Anna.
Now, Mother, if the man is rash enough to woo me, he must take me as I am. What workman throws away a sharp tool because it may prick his fingers?
Mr. Hickman.
Madam. Your servant, madam. Miss Howe. By your leave, madam.
Pray, Mr. Hickman, sit down.
Aye, sir. Sit down. By my mamma, if you please. I desire my hoop may have its full circumference. All they're good for that I know of is to clean dirty shoes and keep fellows at a distance. Sir. Mr. Harlow.
I believe my sister wishes...
Tell your sister, sir, that if she persists in her defiance, she will have not only a brother's wounding on her conscience, but a father's death.
Are you answered, sister?
I am silenced, sir.
Tell her we want none of her dumb insolence, neither.
Be so good, sir, if you think his health will bear it, to inform my father that I wish only to know whether it is intended Mr. Soames should visit me further.
Bid your sister know, sir, that her father will see what company he chooses in his own house. Nor does he require his daughter's instruction in the choice of another son.
Always writing, miss. It's a marvel to me how you manage to smuggle them away. But the fairies, they say, are always at hand to help lovers.
There, Betty. No one would ever take you for a fairy. There. Take these to my parents and my uncle. Only to them, mind. Into their own hands.
There. Like it? You should see me creeping about the walls there, like a mole. Hey, more wine here. I have become intimate with all the back entries to her property. Now and then I let up a couple of rounds. I can think I have the place surrounded. My brother James, you know, is kind enough to serve me as a gilly. The more he beats about my pretty bird, the more I know she'll end up in my net.
I'm sorry, miss. What are you doing? Orders, miss.
Put that down. How dare you?
How now, Clary? Inciting mutiny amongst the servants?
What is this?
Just a little rearrangement. Sit down, sister. Sit down.
Little higher.
Tell me, how old are you, my beauty?
17, sir.
17, Jack. Observe the slender stem, the delicate bloom.
The soft petals.
Forbidden fruit, Jack. I gave her grandmother my word. The old lady came and begged me to be merciful.
And you agreed?
Word of a gentleman, Jack.
Now, if you wouldn't mind raising your arms.
consciences clear.
Stop that! Such nice inquiries belong to your beloved husband.
He loves you all the better for your cruelty. Positively rapturous.
He won't hear of you pining for his love for a moment longer.
As usual, you're to have your will in everything.
But Clarissa Harlow, to have her on her knees begging me for mercy.
You're for a little bit more.
To seduce a woman renowned for her piety, purity, and prudence. What could be a greater triumph? There. Now, ain't I the regular blackguard? Spare us a shilling, Squire. Spare us a shilling for an old soldier.
The marriage license is already ordered. The ceremony is to be held here in your own chamber on Tuesday.
Oh, and Chloe, Mr. Soames has set aside a special room in his new house for the nursery.
Dear Mr. Lovelace, my forced marriage to this odious Soames is now to be executed here. It is intended that Tuesday shall be the day of my sacrifice. I neither can nor will bear this. In short, I have come to a resolution to throw myself upon the protection of your family. If you are in earnest to assist me, come to the garden gate on Monday evening after nightfall.
Betty. Been out, miss? And I thought the door was locked.
You forgot to lock it.
Did I, miss? Careless of me. Will there be anything else, miss?
No, Betty. That will be all.
Not quite, miss.
What?
Inky fingers.
Mine, Jack. Mine. What did I tell you? I knew his stupid family would do my business for me, borrowing on my behalf like so many underground moles.
Yeah, so it's more like a sermon than a billet doux.
A promise, Jack.
Oh, a woman's promise, Bob.
No ordinary woman.
Yes, what a bird in the hand.
She cannot escape me now.
I know these promising ladies, you see. All sauce and no stuffing. 50 guineas on it, she flies the net.
Done. But if you fail me tonight, I so wring her conscience with remorse, she'll creep to me tomorrow out of pure compassion.
With your brother's compliments. To put the colour back in your cheeks.
Take it away.
My dear Anna, think not to save me from Mr. Soames. This man shall never have my vow. And I will say nothing but no so long as I am able to speak. I have, how reluctantly I need not tell you, agreed to meet Mr. Lovelace tonight. The time of meeting is at hand. Oh, that he may not come. Dear friend, I beg that you will burn this letter.
Don't be afraid. Draw back the boat.
Let me go.
Would you see murder done?
I would rather die than go with you.
Good God! You still doubt me. The choice is yours. If you wish to go back to Mr. Soames, trust me. Quick! Run! Run! Or they will break down the door. I trust you slept well.
I did not sleep.
Scribbling. Is that wise? Letters can be traced.
As you should know.
I hope at least you used an alias.
I leave all such subterfuge to you. How dare you tell these people I'm your sister?
What should I have said, my mistress? I was only thinking of your reputation.
Let me pass.
One kiss.
Let go.
One kiss, that's all I ask. One chaste, modest, sisterly kiss. Is this my reward? Is this what I get for waiting on you like a slave?
Thank you, Lucy.
At all hours and in all weathers. Suffering the insults of your family. Rescuing you from your father's persecution.
No words against my father.
Oh, only words against Lovelace. You seem to prefer your persecutors to the man who set you free.
Free? Oh, Mr. Lovelace, you've missed your vocation. You should have been a politician. Now leave me.
Your wish is my command. Don't forget to bolt the door. Our landlady has a most promising daughter. I have admired her in her dairy work. But one man cannot have every woman worth having. Pity, though, when he's such a very clever fellow.
Not hungry, sir?
Here. This former conquest. Medlicott, Betterton, Matthews. I want details. Names, places, dates, letters. The more intimate, the better. Anything to impress a jury. And quickly. She'll not escape for long.
Little Miss Modesty.
Oh, we'll find them. And when we do, we'll be revenged on the pair of them.
Madam, please, believe me. I cannot live if you avoid me in this way. All I desire is a little of your company.
And all I desire, sir, is your absence. I do not find you are a man who improves upon acquaintance. Anna, come here. Oh, my dear friend, how I wish that I had never met him. The man has a perfect genius for deception.
Open this door.
Coming!
This minute.
I can't find the key!
Give me that. Give it here.
There.
Let her look after her own affairs. Mr. Hickman is very patient, but no man will wait forever.
I hope you found it entertaining, Joe, delving into my past.
Mr. James's orders.
All these. You must know more about me than I do myself.
Miss Clarissa, sir.
Yes, Joe?
No harm done.
No harm in the world, Joe. She is my goddess. I am her slave.
Well, I try to be an honest man.
It does you credit, Joe.
And I wouldn't want no harm done.
Not I, Joe. On my honor.
Not like Miss Betterton.
Miss...
To say it was a rape.
Oh, Betterton. What was she, a tradesman's daughter? She loved me, I loved her, so a little innocent contrivance was necessary to get her out.
But no rape.
On my honor, Joe. Rape is an ugly thing, and far less common than people imagine. It's true, when I got her to the inn, I didn't ask her any questions. It's cruel to ask a modest woman for her consent. It only creates difficulties for both of you.
It says here she died in childbirth.
Her family were tyrants to her. I was in mourning for a month.
Oh.
Dearest Bella, I have, I confess, been guilty of an action which carries with it a rash and undutiful appearance. I should have thought my actions inexcusable, had I not had every reason to fear I should be made a sacrifice to a man I could not bear to think of. At this important crisis, let me have a friend in you, sister. If you could send my clothes, my money, and my books of devotion to the poste restante, they will be called for by Hannah. A little kindness on your part may even now restore my reputation, which is dearer to me than life itself.
Revenge?
Dead set on it. Him and Miss Bella.
What the devil they are. Joe, you're an honest fellow. It's naturally your dearest wish is to help your master in any honest way you can. James Harlow is such a muttonhead, he needs all the help that we can give him. You desire my absence?
I thought my wishes were your commands, not your jests.
Madam, however low I stand in your opinion, believe me, all I desire is a chance to learn by your example. If you will only have the goodness to undertake my reformation. But for that I shall need your constant guidance.
Your reformation might begin by keeping your word. You promised you would leave me alone.
And so I will.
Mr. Lovelace, just because you have contrived to trick me from my father's house, do not imagine I have lost all power of judgment.
Trick? How have I tricked you?
Leave me.
Not till you say how I've tricked you. Was Mr. Soames my trick?
Let me go.
Your brother my trick?
I see the kind of man I have to deal with. Your rattle warns me of the snake.
Is that how I appear to you? Have I no redeeming features? Is there no hope? Look at me. Help me. I need your help. You're shaking. What is it you're afraid of? Oh, my good angel, have mercy on me. Mold me as you wish. I am wax in your hands. Put a chain about my heart. Lead me to the holy altar and save my soul.
What could I say? He looked as if he would look right through me. I thought he would devour my hand.
I begin to stagger in my resolutions. Ever averse as I was to matrimonial shackles, I could almost wish to be honest. Almost. What a triumph for the Harlow family were I now to marry her.
How they'd love to paint your coronet on their carriages.
Forbidded the blood of the Lovelaces. That I should thus creep, thus fawn, thus lick the dust for a wife. Now, Jack, I have a new plan to engage my Clarissa. I'm ready.
Ready?
To begin my reformation. Where shall we start? Only please remember one thing. Reformation cannot be a sudden thing. I fear I have a prodigious journey to make before a virtuous person like yourself will think me even tolerable. Still, there is more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner that repenteth than over 99 good people who need no repentance.
Perhaps we could begin.
I've always liked the story of the prodigal son. One day, when I am settled and reformed, I mean to write a play about it. But probably I am not reformed enough yet.
No, probably not.
I love to read the Bible. Such wonderful stories. But I cannot take it neat as you do. The morals are too strong for me. Sometimes I have come across a verse that makes me so uneasy, I have to run to the tavern to dilute it. Am I quite hopeless?
Are you in earnest?
Oh, cross my heart.
Well then, from what I've heard, perhaps we could start with Sodom and Gomorrah.
If his pretenses to reformation are but pretenses, what must be his aim? Can he, dare he mock the Almighty?
Damn it, Jack. I'm obliged to run to the pious a little sooner than I intended. Who knows? I may be reforming after all. Who, you? I could have had another dozen women in the time I've spent on this one. And then she tells me that I am not a man who improves upon acquaintance.
Yes, it's cruel. You should praise her for it, though. They love to be called ruthless.
What I love is her implacable virtue. Like ice. The virtuous Miss Harlow.
Take care, Clary. Your brother has some hints where you are lodged. God knows what he means to do. There is talk of prosecuting Mr. Lovelace. London, I'm told, is the best hiding place in the world.
Your brother. But you do not ask my protection, do you? You know my family's estates are all at your disposal. Lady Betty, my cousin Charlotte. You have only to take your pick.
How? I have no clothes, I have no money. I'm not fit to be seen by anyone.
You of all women will hardly make a scruple about clothes.
Self-respect is not a scruple.
You would look beautiful in rags.
How is it you make every compliment sound like an insult?
My cousin has a superfluity of clothes. Perhaps a little fuller in the figure.
What? Visit her in her own cast-offs?
Then we will buy you clothes.
Not at your expense.
You would prefer some private lodging?
The more private, the better.
Windsor. A private lodging near the chapel. A clergyman's house. Your old maid Hannah could come.
Hannah is ill. She cannot come.
Oh.
I've heard London is the best place to be private in.
London. I have the perfect place to snare her, Jack.
Mm-hmm. Where?
Guess.
The Sinclair House in Dover Street.
Where better? I'll give Clarissa Harlow a taste for the city. Imagine her sliding her immaculate body between the sheets of a whore's bed.
You'll never get her to agree.
I'll use the old villain Dolman. If you want a lady to do one thing, you must always propose something else.
We are happy to propose for your consideration the following accommodation. A first floor elegantly furnished at a mercer's in Covent Garden, an upper floor in Norfolk Street with agreeable prospects towards the Thames and Surrey Hills. You may have good accommodation in Dover Street with the widow of an officer of the Guards. The previous tenants were a clergyman, his wife and maiden daughter, who took the lodgings for 3 months, but liked them so well they continued there for 2 years.
The previous tenants were a clergyman, his wife and maiden daughter, who took the lodgings for 3 months, but liked them so well they continued there 2 years.
If none of these are suitable.
These at Norfolk Street seem quite convenient.
Norfolk Street?
You have some objection?
Oh, not the slightest. then Norfolk Street it is.
Unless Dover Street.
The widow? Much given to piety, I understand.
I hereby renounce her forever. The most ungrateful and undutiful of daughters. Tell her she has nothing but my hate. That she may meet her punishment both here and hereafter by means of the wretch in whom she has placed her wicked confidence.
Your clothes will not be sent to you. Your books, for they have not taught you what belonged to your family. Your sex and your education will not be sent to you. Your money neither, for it is wished you be seen a beggar along London streets. Your father wishes you had never been born, and he has placed on you a curse that you meet with punishment both here and hereafter.
What is it? Dearest, tell me.
No.
Oh, most unnatural of fathers. A curse upon the curse's heart. Oh, my angel. Would that his curse had stuck in his own throat and choked him. My love, be mine. I will be more than a father to you. Be mine, and no one in the world, brother, sister, uncle, father, can harm you. Was the devil in me? If a parson had been there, I'd have been a gone man. Oh, this woman. She has such power over me. And can I be a villain to such an angel? All hands at work in preparation for London. The Sinclair brothel becomes a temple of pious virtue. And yet, what makes my heart beat so strong? What rises it to my throat in such half-choking flutters when I think of what this removal may do?
Even if I knew where she was, which I don't, my mother has forbidden me to write.
Surely you wouldn't wish to frustrate any hopes we have of a reconciliation.
On whose terms?
Is it a daughter's place to bandy terms?
Or a brother's to impose them? If my friend wishes to be reconciled, I'm sure she remembers your address. Ma'am?
Sally.
Deborah.
Mrs. Sinclair.
An honour, Mrs. Lovelace.
Mrs. Lovelace?
Our landlady is a very moral woman.
So, of course, she must be deceived.
I have told her we were married secretly. Wait! But that you have bound me under a solemn vow, which I am most religiously resolved to keep, to be contented with a separate chamber until a reconciliation with your family can take place. What more can I do?
I would rather you did less, Mr. Lovelace, not more.
So kind. Your wife will be keen to see the latest fashions. At least any woman so enmeshed in the world.
Unless she hides them.
My wife is country bred and cares not for novelties.
I hope, madam, that you're rested. Such a trying time that you have had. I hope the apartment is to your liking.
Perfectly.
It was my late husband's favourite room. He used to say he never beheld a finer prospect. No, not even when he led a regiment of dragoons up some mountain in the Indies, than the busy London streets he saw from that front window. I wish, Mrs. Lovelace, you may never know the loss of a husband as dear to you as the Colonel was to me. I'm sorry.
Oh, my dear friend, take care. Your cruel family still hope to seize you. Your brother was just now with me, pretending his good service. Do not despair. God is just.